Yes, R4. Where breaking news? Ya de bremo FBI. Omo the message be ebe ma John Dramani Mahama. Mahama nsoro aba bekasa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Oro nsoro aba bekasa ye de bro Black Rasta nsoro ekwa a wode bi ba. Oro nsoro e de bi nam. Ye tie no nso de namai.
After marking Bex Mahama over NPP criminal prosecutions. So you see, whilst one man is begging, another man is engaged in cheap communist populist propaganda. But it's not about begging. It's not about how much tears you can shed. It's all about the work being done. It's not about Mahama. It's not about Iyoko. It's not about Akuritinga Ayene. Neither is it about Semsai. It's not about Black Rasta. It's about Ghana. Mahama has no right to stop any prosecution. No right, absolutely. Has no right to shield any criminal. My brother, my sister, Afenyo Markin is called Osahin Alexander Afenyo Markin. He is the minority, micro to the umpteenth time minority in parliament. If you want to see them in parliament, you need a magnifying glass of the highest lens. They are non-existent in there. They used to be in the majority. They played with the lives of Ghanaians, and Ghanaians taught them a very bitter lesson. They reduced them to nothingness. Yes. This is Afenyo Markin. He's a guy that I like in one way or the other, even though he has his weaknesses, and sometimes he goes overboard. This is him, Afenyo Markin. This was the same guy who slapped a policeman that we saw allegedly on tape 3 times. Bang, 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 a uniformed policeman. And later, instead of succumbing to humility and going to speak to the policeman and say, you know what, bros? It was adrenaline. Please come, let's have a drink. Let's eat some banku and fish. Forgive me. No, arrogance, political expediency. Yes, political correctedness. This is the guy. He has never apologized. And I hear his house is just a few meters away from the Tesano police station where that gentleman is. And the laws of Ghana have been quiet. The police service is very angry. The docket has been sent to the Attorney General. The Attorney General is supposed to act on it. As to what is causing the freeze, your guess is as good as mine. You see, these people protect each other. They no longer really look at Ghana anymore. They look at the game of chess. When it's your turn to move, move freely. And when it's my turn, give me that fluidity of movement. But his time will come. Posterity will judge them one after the other if the laws of the country fail. I beg your pardon. My brother, my sister, this is Afenyo Markin. I chanced upon a tape in which he was talking to the President of the Republic. And he was saying, you do me, I do you politics must stop. The accounts have an Edinkra symbol that says, Obi Nkabi. Find me that symbol. Obi Nkabi. Obi Nkabi. It's like 2 lizards that are turned against each other. Obi Nkabi. My brother, my sister. Listen. What he's saying makes a lot of sense. Politics of retribution. Politics of retaliation. That's what he's talking about. Hey, the president who stood against this kind of politics was John Evans Atta Mills. Obi Nkabi. Nobody buys the other. That's it. My brother, my sister, Afenyo Markin spoke in the days of John Evans Atta Mills. Rawlings was pushing him. That was his political mentor. Jail these NPP people. The corrupt guys, jail them. Punish them. Push for their prosecution. And John Evans Atta Mills told the former president, then his own mentor, that, oh, Asumgye, and Rawlings asked, what is Asumgye? Say, oh, Asumgye. So we nicknamed him Asumgye, the king of peace. Asumgye, cool ears. We nicknamed him Asumgye. He never prosecuted any member of the past regime. He said, let's start on a plain note of rehabilitation. Rehabilitation. Let us start on a plain sheet of rehabilitation. Let us do that. That was what he said. And Rawlings from that time became his enemy. No wonder, time after time, he made ridiculous remarks about John Evans Atta Mills. And even at the time, he himself said it. Rawlings himself, that when he told him to prosecute all those criminals, that's the word he liked to use, criminals. He said, oh, leave them. Oh, leave them. Me, I want to have a clean sheet. No, Rawlings didn't like that idea. He wanted them to be prosecuted. And that was where I felt that John Evans Atta Mills made a mistake. It's not for you, as president, to decide that criminals should go free. No. The nation demands justice. When are you going to get justice? Even in heaven, there's supposed to be justice. Bad people go to hell and good people go to heaven. True? Afenyo Markin spoke. Let's listen to what he said. And what did President Mahama say back? Watch this.
I think that Mr. President would leave a good legacy if he's able to end this vicious cycle of you do me, I do you. My brother, I concede that we, the two political parties, have not done enough to stop this idea of political witch hunt. I concede. But there must be an end somewhere. I can speak for myself. I will not mention names. But when the 8 years of NPP, look, there was one day in the early days, 2017, I was in Winneba. A very important appointee of the Mahama administration was detained at Yoko. The wife had a little baby. And this man, I call him Wafa, a very good friend of mine. So he called me. I said, Wafa, I say, Omudimia by Yoko. Meanwhile, wife you cry akola ketwa. Ye me enu penny ye wofi. Wife are you worried? Look, I drove from Winneba to Accra, straight to Yoko, went to ACP Amwa, and I said, Counsel, it's not fair. If you finished interrogating the man, let him go. I wasn't satisfied with his response. From there, I drove to Frema, Chief of Staff. It was around 11 p.m. And by the grace of God, that respected former appointee was made to go without asking him to post some property worth the amount being investigated. I did that for several others when I was not even in leadership. And when I came into leadership, together with somebody like Napo, sometimes people don't know who Napo is. The right time will come, we'll talk about him. Napo, Kandapa, Gabi, sometimes people attack him. He is always being attacked here and there. We did a lot of night walking into ensuring that certain excesses are not pursued. I wouldn't say we 100% achieved what had to be achieved. All right? There were still some excesses and all of that. I am saying that the NDC getting this opportunity, it is true that some of them are bitter as a result of certain excesses.
Yes, Arafo, yam fancy na yantua FBI message to John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. So what you ask ye? Yentie bi what is that?
Ahine Kwame from Bon.
Extradition or return of fugitives from justice. It's a legal process, and so you need to respect the rights of the person at the same time. And so if the person has absconded from a jurisdiction and gone into a new jurisdiction, if you want to bring him back, first you must have an extradition treaty with that country, and then secondly you must trigger a request, an application for extradition. And the person has the right to take a lawyer, go before a judge, and if he doesn't want to come, he will argue against coming. And your this thing, point two, must be made that he's needed because he's done this and this and that. And so to go before a judge, unfortunately, it won't be a Ghanaian judge, it will be an American judge, and he will decide, whether the gentleman you mentioned should be put on a plane and brought back. But the Attorney General's Department has done its best. It filed the application. There are some additional documents that were asked for that it is filing, and eventually it will all go before an American judge to make a decision. But I do believe that even by virtue of holding a position like that for many years, I mean almost till the end of the regime, you held the most sensitive position as finance minister. And at a point when your own members of parliament, 80 of them, signed an application that the president should remove you, you said something historic. You said you are like the father of children and that you can't run away and leave your children. And so if we Ghanaians are your children, we are calling you, we are begging you, Father, come back. Your children are calling you to come back,
Yes, none of all. Every message of Madam John Dramani. The previous government of Ghana told us they cannot support us extradite the people involved in romance scam if the US does not apologize and compensate Africa for the transatlantic slave trade. US Attorney General too. And so what they say now just Mahama they will be a coin to me so Moses Ghana for in uncle. Hana did you made the best in Dobia Besi be Macramba.